Hello, the title of this video is Dear Calculator, please help me. So make sure that you have your Dear Calculator with you because you're going to need it. And the goal of this video is to learn how to find angles using trigonometric ratios. We're going to work with the following example. Let's say we have a right angle triangle and we know the length of their legs. It is 4 meters, one of the legs, and 7 meters, the other one. And let's say we would like to find the length of the measure of one of the angles. And of course, if we find the measure of one of the angles, then we can very easily find the other one because we know that the sum is 180 degrees. Also, if we want, we can find the length of the hypotenuse because we can apply Pythagoras theorem. But the hard part here is to figure out how to find the value of theta. So finding theta, what are we going to do? We are going to notice that the leg that is 4 meters is the leg that is in front of theta. So this is what we call the opposite to theta. And the leg that is 7 meters is next to theta. So this one is the adjacent. So we have the trigonometric ratio that is the tangent that says that whatever the angle theta is, the tangent of theta is going to be the same as the length of the side opposite to theta, in this case 4, divided by the length of the side that is adjacent to theta, in this case 7. So what we are trying to find is an angle that has a property that when we apply the tangent function, the result is 4/7. And well, we do not know what that angle is, but our calculators do know. That's why when we get to this point, we say, Dear calculator, please help me. So what are we going to do? We are going to find a button in the calculator that is called tan, and then it has a little -1 on top. Yeah, check your calculator and make sure you have one like that. Actually, maybe it's not the bottom itself, it's more like a second function. You have probably a bottom that is the tangent, and then you have a second function that is written on top of it, that is the tangent with that -1 written on top. So what does it mean, this tangent -1? We have that when we have the angle theta and we apply the function tangent, or we press the button tangent, the result is 4/7. Now what we want to do is to find how to go in the opposite direction. So given the ratio 4/7, how to find the value of the angle theta. And this is done by, this is called the inverse function of tangent, or also it's called arctangent, and your calculator knows how to do it. So what I'm saying here is that the angle theta is the angle that we obtain if we find the tangent inverse of 4/7. So let's go to the calculator and do this. Here you can see my calculator, and I'm sure it looks more complicated than yours, but it's okay. I still have the same tan with a -1 on top, and that's what I'm going to find now. Here it is, tan -1. Enter. Notice that here on top it says that I'm working with degrees. That's what I want, because I want my angle to be given in degrees. So I need to write 4 divided by 7, which was the ratio, and this is what I want to find. Oh. And my calculator says that the angle such that when I apply the tangent, the result is 4 divided by 7, is the angle of 29.744881 degrees. So approximated to 3 significant figures, this is 29.7 degrees. Make sure that you can find this result in your calculator as well. So I write it over here. Theta is 29.7 t. And from here on, if we wanted, we could find all the other information we are missing from the triangle. So what I did over here, let me just write, you have in your calculator a sine, and then you have the sine inverse, sine minus 1, that's what it's called, the cosine, and then you have the cosine inverse, and the tangent inverse. Make sure your calculator looks somehow like this. So what this means here is that the functions, the second functions, the ones with the minus 1 over here, are used to find values of angles. If I write cosine minus 1 of, I don't know, I'm just gonna make something up, 0.2, this in the language of the calculator means the following. I'm saying, dear calculator, can you please find an angle such that when I apply the cosine of, can you find an angle, let me give a name here, theta, such that cosine of theta is equal to 0.2? And yes, your calculator can find this.